Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Off the Line Racing here for Season 5, Round 7 at the Autodromo Internazionale Monza. Of course, iconic circuit here in all kinds of motorsport. My name is Ryan Hurren, and joining me for the commentary today, a man you're very used to seeing, it is Lanky.
Good evening.
So,
How is everyone? How are yourself? How is yourself?
yeah, I'm good. I mean, I'm a bit ill, so if I'm often muted or going quiet, I'm probably having a coughing fit. So just bear with me on that. So, of course, Monza, going to quickly run you through the track. It's 11 corners, one of the fastest on the circuit, 5.793 kilometres. Iconic sections of racetrack: Rettifilio chicane, Curva Grande, Della Roggia, Curva di Lesmo, Curva di Seraglio, Curva di Ascari, and then Curva di Alboreto. So a lot of curva around this track. And then onto the driver standings, where Myth is currently leading from Marius Anderson with a 30-point gap. Then Boss Moss on 64, Lawrence Patton on 62, Peter W. Jones also on 62, Glitch 10 on 48, Ratty on 45, Dizzle on, I believe that's 28. It's too small on my monitor. Zeno, I'm going to go with, on 17, Juice on 13, Nobody Cares on 12, same with Droney, Ty Clear on 10, Leon on 9, Capibari on 6, Edward on 6, Searing Alpaca on 6, Jack on 5, KFC on 4, and Luke Brazier on 4. Then moving on to the constructors standings, it is Red Bull on 160 points, leading the way over Mercedes. McLaren just 3 points behind Mercedes as well. Williams on 91 points. And then it gets very close to the back as Alpine, Ferrari, Aston, Haas, Sauber and Racing Bulls are all only separated by 32. But Racing Bulls yet to get off the mark here. And then moving on to the calendar. Of course, we're on round 7 now. Austin last week, where Boss Moss took the win. Only the third different race winner of the season. Myth seems to have had it on lock so far. But yeah, of course, I've not been here, Lanky, ever. So
No, not this is your first one this season here in D1.
yeah, first one in a while. So I think the closest I've been involved so far this season was with the crash on the line last week. We're trying to sort that out. That's the most. That's the most involvement
that was
I've
fun.
had. But yeah, we have got the cars out on track now. So I shall filter us over to track side with this lovely little transition thing that I'm not used to yet. But yeah, here we go. I need to sort out my spectator menu. Here we go. So, first drivers have started their laps. I believe it is Droney on a lap now, Lanky. So, do you want to take us through the rest of this lap?
Let me go. Let me just find him. Right, there he is. I'm on board with him now. So I believe he's going around turn 3. Yeah, that's where we are. So we're on the approach to the second chicane. Seems to have a nice entry through there. Decent exit. Got on the power nice and quickly. As we come round Lesmo 1, again tidy into Lesmo 2, a little bit wide of the apex, but you can get away with that on that corner, not lose too much time. Now on the rundown in the DRS straight into Ascari. No, I'm losing where I am.
Yeah, it's Ascari.
Yeah, that's where I am. Into Ascari again, looked pretty clean through there. So looking to be a decent banker so far for Droney, as we're now on the approach to the final corner. Nice and tight on that apex, a bit too tight, but again, it was nothing to unsettle the car too much as he runs down to the line and Yeah, it is an 18.6, so not too bad for a banker lap there.
Yeah, that's better than most of my final laps around this circuit. But yeah, they're Boss Moss with
But
an
oh,
18.2.
yeah,
Ratty with an
getting a reply straight
18.3.
away.
Yep. Alpaca with an 18.3 as well. Jonesy with an 18.3. Jeez, this is getting very tight, very quick. Ashton setting an 18.8. I forget that his name is actually something different because I've got a Steam nickname on my end. So, it won't matter too much. Glitch 10 with a 17.7. So, a massive jump in the pace. That's 5/10 that he's just split there. As... Do you want to give that Aston Martin's name a go?
We'll just go RS Trev.
I'll go Strev. There we go.
Strev? Yeah,
Strev.
we'll go with Strev. That'll do.
Marius with an 18.4. As we've got Myth starting a lap now. I believe we have the Racing Bull of Sid, who's going to be next over the line. Sid not had a great season, has he? I believe he's attended for DNF4, I think. I don't know. I remember somebody taking the mick out of him in a VC for something to do with his DNF rate. But Sid now coming around the final corners, and it is an 18.8. Goes just marginally ahead of Ashton the Brit. As was that? Oh, it's Lawrence starting a lap. So we've got. Is it Myth now? No. Ah, it's the Ferraris. Juice and Jack. So Juice will be next over the line in the very white Ferrari. I forget that livery is in the game most of the time. As now heading up to the line, it's a 19.4 for Juice and then a 19.2 for Jack. So Ferrari bringing up the rear at the minute, not what they would be looking for, as Myth has actually invalidated his lap. There we go. That's one voice give up already. Dr. Steele will be next over the line in the Racing Bull. And he is going to set a 1 minute 18.6. Slots in between Marius Anderson and Droney. Yeah, is this looking generally how it normally does this season?
Well, ish. Marius is one to watch out for a fast lap. Obviously glitched. He's been up there most of the season. And then a couple of guys, Myth and Lorenz, who haven't put a lap in yet.
Yeah, I'll pack it up in P4 as well.
It's definitely tight on the times from third downwards. Third to 10th are all in
within 5/10.
Yeah.
So Lawrence Patton invalidated his lap. He now is drifting his way back to the pits, it seems. Myth is, I believe, just warming up a lap, or he's backed out. I believe, yeah, he's coming into the pits. Myth, who I believe is attended for 1-4 at the minute, so... Oh no. Attended 5-1-4, there we go. But yeah, Myth coming into pit lane. I imagine the same will come of Lawrence Patton. As we have got drivers coming up for their second runs now. A lot of... I think we've got both McLarens. No Dizzle this week. As well, Dizzle's been one that I know has been doing quite well.
Yeah, he's been having problems with his game tonight, trying to get connected.
That's a shame for Dizzle. Yeah, he's kind of coming flying so far, hasn't he? I don't think he's got on the podium yet, but he has shown some strong pace from what I've seen. And from what I know. I've known him for a few years now, but yeah, nice to see him racing here. As Boss Moss is the next car to cross the line. As he now heads down Seraglio and into the Ascari chicane. He needs to find a lot of time to match Glitch 10 here. Of course, Red Bull with an absolute power lineup this season. It's going to take a lot to defeat them, but if anyone's going to, it's probably going to be Mercedes, isn't it?
Are you IRL? Yeah. I was.
No.
Oh, are you on about on air?
On air.
Because I was thinking, Red Bull have got like with Hadjar, yeah, that like
Yeah.
which one's he on about? Yeah, no glitch. Then yeah.
Yeah, Boss Moss with a 17.9.
Boss Moss and Lorenz, obviously both are fairly quick. So yeah, it would be Mercedes. But then PW Jones, he's up there in third, and he's one that's, I don't want to jinx him in any way or anything, but he's consistent when it comes to the race.
Yeah, of course, always sort of has been, hasn't it? It's how he won the Division 2 Championship back in Season 3. We have got, I think, Marius Anderson coming up to the line with an 18.3 as well. So a few times have come in. 17.9 for Boss Moss, 18.1 for Jonesy, 18.3 for Marius, 18.3 for Droney. Ashton with an 18.4 as well. Next over the line is going to be Ratty, as he will try. Oh no, he definitely backed out at that lap. It's going to be Sid who crosses the line. Oh no, he's invalidated. But Sid will come into the pits as Lawrence Patton now starts a lap. Is it Nobody Cares next? No, it's not. It's Searing Alpaca. There we go. Searing Alpaca in the Suzuka Haas livery, which was that limited edition, because I feel like I missed that. But
yeah, it was.
Ah, that's a shame. But Alpaca does not improve. Of course, 18.3 already a storming time for the Haas driver. Both Red Bulls now starting their laps, as I believe Huff and Doback might have just been impeded by Ashton the Brit. Ashton just looked maybe just sort of dawdling through the Parabolica of Alboreto, or whichever one of the many names you want to give it. So Nobody Cares will be next over the line though, not set a lap yet, along with Myth and Lawrence Patton. Now heading up to Alboreto in the regular Haas this time. Oh, Ratty set a lap as well, 18.2. There we go, missed that. And it's an 18.4 for Nobody Cares. So Haas seemingly running well around Monza, as it is Lawrence who's going to be next. I think that was purple in sector 2. We'll see now as he rounds the Parabolica. Number 77, Bottas, is now up to the line, and it is a 17.6 for Lawrence. So first lap straight up to the front there for Lawrence Patton. Next over the line, Myth only goes 7th with an 18.3, 12 milliseconds ahead of Droney there. So improvement needed there for the Red Bull driver, the championship leader. Of course, worst comes to worst, he will still lead the championship by 5 points, no matter what happens this race. But yeah, Mercedes looking strong at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah, they're both in the 17s, and for points, if they can stay there for the end of the race, then yeah, we had a big haul of points for those two as it stands.
Yeah, absolutely right. Jack came across the line and set an 18.7. Next is going to be Juice, who sets a 19.0. Is marginally behind Zeno, as I think this is Ratty coming into the pits. But yeah, just a lot of drivers pitting at the minute. Zeno is on a lap, it seems. Actually harvesting through Ascari, which I've not seen too much of before. Yeah, Zeno maybe burnt all the battery, because it still looks like he's pushing. But obviously you can see that red battery light. Nope, he's coming into the pits. Both Ferraris still need to get back into the pit lane, so this could be a bit tight for them to turn this around. Especially Juice being behind might get held up, although I think there'll just be enough time for him. In this occasion, we have got the Sauber of Droney on an out lap, along with the Aston Martins. I think Ashton Fields is actually on a lap here. Unless that's him who's just cut. Yeah, he no longer on a lap, as he took to the runoff through turn 1. You know, I'm going to have a little quick rant. The runoff, why can't we navigate it? Do you... I don't know how long you've been playing games like it. Do you remember the Paul Ricard runoff at the chicane with the boards?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You used to be able to actually do that one, didn't you?
Yeah, you can't on...
Yeah.
Like, on this game, they're way too close.
Yeah. You can't even get through the second one.
Like, even near enough, like, at a standstill, you can't... Like, you slow the car down as much as you can, the car's not capable of turning them.
Yeah. Of course, they do struggle in real life as well, but yeah, that's what. If I was in charge of Codemasters tomorrow,
Droney on his lap, he's just hit the inside apex of Lesmo 1, yeah. Which unsettled the back end and round it went.
Hopefully his tyres aren't too shredded and he can give it another go. Unfortunately,
yeah, he's got the battery.
Yeah, definitely got the battery to do it. But the question is, you know, has he got the car? Javier Bardem would probably say no, but we have the driver.
Yeah, he's got to commit, I think, if he's got the fuel, because he ain't got time to go in and come back out. Not now, I don't think.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So Droney now is going to give it another go, and we cut back to Strev. Our Strev 95, who's currently almost 2/10 up, now only about a 1/10.5 up on his time, coming through the Ascari chicane. Now, can the Aston Martin improve himself up into the top 10? That is probably the goal for him today, as he needs about just over a 3/10 improvement to get into the top 10, but he's actually backed off and is going to go around again to do another warm-up lap. Oh no, he didn't back off, he just ran out of battery. But yeah, didn't improve on his time. Oops, that's my bad. But yeah, unfortunate there for the Aston, as Droney is the next car on a lap with the McLaren weaving in front, and that could be contentious, Lanky. The McLaren, I'm not sure which one, but weaving in front of a car that's on a lap.
Yeah.
Droney does
He's
still
improved.
Goes
Yeah, we'll
see
if anything comes of that one.
Will certainly be interesting. I believe Droney is the fabled VR driver. Am I correct?
Is it him? I don't think it's either him or Dizzle.
It's not Dizzle. I know it's not Dizzle.
It might be Droney then.
But I've just seen Dr. Steele absolutely slam it into the pit board. Interesting way of getting back into the garage, but no harm done there. Strev going to come into the pit lane. And is everybody going to make it to start their laps? I think it's just Zeno left. And he does make it. So, first car across the line to complete a lap is Sid, who runs very wide through the Parabolica. And that is definitely going to cost him time. As up to the line, he's lost a lap. He was at half a second up. And unfortunately, just running wide through the final corner, ruined his chances. Huff and Dobak comes into the pit lane. Next over the line is the McLaren duo. Ratty up to third with a 17.8. Where can the reigning champion Marius Anderson filter in? He stays in 7th, only a 2 millisecond improvement. PW Jones is next over the line. Supersedes Ratty up into 3rd. Next is going to be Boss Moss, who cannot improve on his time. Then we've got the Red Bull of Myth, who says a 17.5 up onto provisional pole. Searing Alpaca jumps up to 7th with an 18.1. Next over the line is going to be Juice, who jumps up to P15. Then we got Lawrence Patton, who takes provisional pole with a 17.3. Nobody Cares doesn't improve. Can Ashton? No, he can't. And can Glitch 10? Yes, he can. Glitch 10 up into P2 here with a 17.5. So suddenly, the tables have turned for Red Bull and Mercedes, and it looks like Red Bull who have the overall advantage as Zeno jumps up to P17 and Droney comes into the pit lane. But I don't think that qualifying session ended the way we were all expecting.
No, the two Red Bulls putting themselves close to each other on time as well. Never mind, just close in position, but their times like only 2, yeah.
That's
My maths wasn't.
the
Yeah,
math
it's
saying
close.
mathing.
Yeah, it wasn't then. But even the same, you look at PW and Ratty, they're both. It's just the times at that top end. They're close.
Well, except Lawrence Patton, isn't it? Because he seems to be comfortably on pole in the end. Almost 2/10. But here is your qualifying order. So it's Lawrence Patton starting first, then Glitch 10, Myth, PW Jones, Ratty, Boss Moss 69 boy, Searing Alpaca 77, Droney, Marius Anderson, Ashton the Brit, Nobody Cares, Huff and Dobak, Dr. Steele, Rstrev 95, Juice, Jack 4657, Zeno 5K, and Sid, who unfortunately is last after running incredibly wide out of the final corner. And now we get ready for the race start. I think last time I was here we were doing lobby restarts. That's not a thing anymore, is
Yeah.
it?
No, we still do.
Oh, so there is a restart.
Yeah.
Well, we might as well watch the chaos. I know me and Corey always used to love doing that back in season 4, which feels like about a year ago. But yeah. Just watching the oh dear. McLaren garage. Ricky did say if there's enough fluent voice cracks, he'll make TikTok out of it.
Yeah, there's a clip coming.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights for the restart. And PW Jones takes the lead with a jump start. Then we've got one of the McLarens there. I think that's Ratty. Oh, Boss Moss hasn't moved. Oh, no. We need to know. Oh, yeah, Boss Moss and Myth not moving. We've got a safety car. As PW Jones has straight lined the marker boards. And it's going to fly around the Curva Grande at breakneck speeds. Oh my god, that Mercedes in the background.
he just went, yeah.
That is incredible. Let's see the chaos here. Oh, there's a racing bull missing both front wheels. Is the Ferrari going to kill the Red Bull? Oh, no. Yes, he is. PW Jones is disqualified. We've got Juice in the wall at the... where even is that? The Lesmo. Ashton has retired. I think the only person left is Glitch 10.
Yeah, he still wins the championship for being the last person to retire.
Oh, that was the same last season.
I think 6 out of 7 he's won so far.
Sorry. Really? Of all the numbers, Lanky.
I know, yeah, well, that's why I made sure the out of was in the middle. If I'd have just said the 2 numbers, it would have been worse.
Yeah. But yeah, what a podium, what a race. It's Glitch 10, Searing Alpaca, and then Juice. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Yeah, let's go to the interval screen, as I once very badly mispronounced. But yeah, so as we watch the fakest podium since Belgium 2021, obviously qualifying, it is Lawrence on pole with both Red Bulls behind. So what are you expecting to be the Red Bulls' approach heading into this race?
Knowing Glitch, he's going to attack straight away. I think. I think that's what he did last time, because Lorenz is quite good at putting the laps down and breaking a gap. So, and on this track, DRS is huge. So yeah, I think Glitch, he's going to have to most likely drive. Well, both the Red Bulls drive aggressive to stay with him in the dirty air.
Yeah, so that would certainly be interesting. It would very much be maybe a bit like McLaren trying to fight Leclerc last year, in a sense? Or
Yeah, a bit,
do you think
possibly.
they'll do better than the McLaren tyre strategy?
Myth, obviously, with the way he's been finishing, he's been very strong. So he's one to watch. He could go for the attack on Glitch pretty early, and if he's wanting to try and get the end. So it's whether, like, do they play the team game, or are they going to be aggressive with each other?
Yeah, I mean, if we look at the oh dear lord, the championship, that's not the championship, right? That's race results. Myth is obviously leading by 30 points to Marius, and then Glitched is only on 48. So it might be a case of Glitch and Myth maybe just trying to prioritize Myth at the minute. Maybe to just secure at least the drivers. I mean, I don't want to obviously say, oh, you know, Glitched can't win the championship. It's just very unlikely, isn't it, from this far back, with only 6 races to go?
Yeah, including today's.
Yeah, of course, including today. And the main goal will be just trying to extend the 30-point gap in the constructors, especially as well. That's not so much of a 2-horse race, is it? Because there's McLaren as well, only 3 points behind Mercedes.
Yeah. It is ramping up.
Definitely. I don't know why.
Especially between constructors.
Apparently there's massive stream delay, according to Ashton. But it doesn't. It isn't on my end. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, as well, Haas, really good qualifying for them. I think they've managed to get 2 cars in the top 10. I think they were 7th and 9th in the end. I mean, what in the championship they're currently 11th, but nobody cares. 17th with Searing Alpaca, and then they are 8th, just 2 points behind Aston, 8 points behind Ferrari, and I need my maths to not fail me. 14 behind Alpine. So very much still in with a chance at P5 in the constructors. And if they were to get a good result today, like double points, it would just be brilliant for them, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and it's one of those tracks where overtaking it is a lot easier than other tracks. As long as you're in the that DRS, obviously, with how long the straights are and how powerful it is.
Yeah.
So I expect to see a lot of swapping with cars that are close to each other.
To be fair, I have found that with this track in particular, obviously, the DRS isn't as effective. due to the lower wings that the drivers run. But coming out of the first chicane, that run through the Curva Grande towards Della Roggia, if you get a good exit, you can get an immense run through that section and then be well in with a chance of going for a move into turn 4. And that's really the last overtaking opportunity on the track. You don't normally see moves into Ascari or Parabolica because they're just not heavy enough braking zones.
Yeah.
And even then, like Ascari, it might be a heavy enough braking zone, but just the angle of the corner. You know?
Ascari's all down to your run out of the Lesmos.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's the same that Della Roggia. It's the same about your run through the Curva Grande and out of Rettavillo, and the same that Rettavillo is the run out of the Parabolica. It's each corner is dependent on the last around here, which is quite unique. I think the only one that isn't really is...
Oh,
hang on, I'm
okay
going to
then.
jump in here and just interrupt this because it is very wet. Who was it in VC that was saying, "Oh, I hope it rains"? It was Lawrence, I think. Or was it Dr.
Someone
Steele?
said they had a feeling, I think, yeah.
Who was it that was calling the rain? Ashton, if you're still in the Twitch chat, please tell me who it was. Because you were there. And it's
Well,
me that I can't
this
remember.
makes things really interesting. Who's brought their wet setups?
Well, what this restarting does is it means that you can, in theory, just run a quali setup, doesn't it? And then it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But who's prepared for a wet setup is the question.
Yeah, that is the tricky part.
Because I don't have one for Monza. I'll admit that. I don't have a wet setup saved.
I've just got SRC.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting now. And without the DRS as well, it could make the racing a little bit tighter.
Yeah, that's the weird thing.
Because gaps are going to be harder to pull.
Yeah. I mean, you'd think, there's no DRS, there's going to be less overtaking, but actually in these conditions, it sort of helps tracks like this. Especially, somebody kind of aquaplanes wide in the Parabolica. Boom, that's, 4 cars probably going for a move on him into turn 1. Don't ask me how I know.
I mean, it's not even wet.
Oh, hang on, if we lost
That's
the Ferrari?
like really wet. Juice, it wouldn't let him get his own car. So Jack, I think. So he should be in the correct car now. Swap to the Alpine, I think, for him.
Oh, wait, it's actually an Alpine. Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't let him select his car, but it let him select the Ferrari. So he was Ferrari for qualifying.
Yeah. So, just waiting. There's no formation lap, is there? And just
no, straight in.
Thought not, because they generally can be. Oh dear.
Well, Dr. Steele says, "Let's go." Like, seems to be in a happy way in the chat. So I think it might have been him who was mentioning the rain.
I don't know how we mixed up Lawrence and Steele because they do sound very different, but yeah. Oh God, no! Who clipped that? No.
What was that? The voice break.
Ricky clipped. Oh, I can't say that on stream. Okay. Ricky, you're a horrible man. Realistically, my mates would say I shouldn't even be doing this with how well I am, but oh God, there was another one. No. Oh, no. Dear Lord, it begins. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights on ahead of the drivers. And the Italian Grand Prix is off to a very slow start here. They're crawling off the line on the intermediates. And it looks now like that is a really poor start for Glitched Head, who's already dropping down into P6. Oh, we got a car up, and that's 2 cars there. That is Boss Moss, Ashton Fields. PW Jones has been spun around as well. Ratty has just cut the track. Droney is up into P5. Ashton Fields gets a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. And it is now status quo at the front once more. Lawrence Patton running in first from Myth. Glitched Hen, Ratty, Droney, Marius, and Searing Alpaca. PW Jones has been forced on the order. There goes the Sauber down the inside. That's Huff and Doback, who has gone down the inside of PW Jones, who gets a 10-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. And we've got a Ferrari hitting the grass there. And I believe that was, yeah, that was Juice. Oh, we got a car off of the back. That's Jack, the ex-Ferrari, as of today. Who, oh, there's front wing flying everywhere. This has been a chaotic start. Lanky, this has been hard to keep on top of.
It's been exactly what I was thinking was going to happen.
Sorry, here goes Dr. Steele down the inside.
Very wet.
Sorry to cut in. Dr. Steele getting the move on Huff and Doback. But at the minute, Lawrence Patton with a comfortable lead out front. But gotta feel for PW Jones, who it looked like just got rear-ended by Boss Moss. As Marius Anderson goes for the move on Droney down the inside into the Parabolica. We'll take a quick look at the tyres here. Everybody on the intermediates except Boss Moss, Nobody Cares, and Droney, who've all selected the wets. Which, I'm going to be honest, seems like a mistake, because, at least in my experience, the wets are useless on this game. So, yeah.
Yeah, unless it's, like, thunderstorm, like, torrential, then, yeah.
Even then,
they're a no-go tyre.
Even then, it
even
needs
yeah,
to be
and
for
even
the
then
whole
they're
race.
a push.
It needs to be for the whole race, because there's just no point pitting off of the instance. PW Jones, though, going for the move now on Searing Alpaca, making his way up into P7. Of course, carrying that penalty, he'll have to serve it as well, unfortunately. As Boss Moss now makes the move on Huff and Doback as he gets up into the points once more after a poor start. Ashton Fields now chopping over the chicane. That is Sid, who's made a mistake and dropped some positions. Searing Alpaca as well. But Lawrence so far seems to be in control out front, as nobody now picks up a 3-second time penalty. Huff and Doback actually getting ahead of Boss Moss. I didn't see that coming. Boss Moss under threat from the Ferrari now of Juice, who is trying to get past the Mercedes here. Ferrari versus Mercedes at Monza. I don't think we've seen this since 2019. But now, Juice, is he going to be able to go for the move on Boss Moss here into the Parabolica? I think those wets are already starting to prove the wrong choice. Boss Moss does actually have wing damage as well, so that will not be helping his race as he now drops down into P12 and will soon be under pressure from Zeno. Glitched Hen, I thought might be in with a chance at a move on Myth there, but it wouldn't be the smartest choice. Dr. Steele going side by side now with PW Jones and getting up into P7. Jonesy now going to go try and have a run with the slipstream down towards the chicane, but just not making any inroads on the RB down the straight. And they are now in the Droney train.
All aboard the Droney train.
And oh, speaking of, well, Dr. Steele wanted to disembark early and has gone for the move on the Sauber and gotten ahead. Of course, the Sauber running on the wets is going to be struggling, and now probably under pressure from Jonesy as well, who his stop is Milan, and he gets ahead as well. But I think...
Yeah, so them wets really proving not the right one.
Yeah, really the wrong choice. Here goes Strev now, down the inside of Boss Moss, who goes off the track, comes back on, and Strev is ahead. Zeno also probably going to go for the move on Boss Moss into the Parabolica. But, yeah, disastrous start for Boss Moss. Wrong tyres. As far as it appears, punched someone at turn 1 as well. Yeah, unfortunate start for him. But the top 5 are now well clear and just in their own little worlds. Got the Mercedes on its own, 2 Red Bulls, 2 McLarens, and a Racing Bull. It's like someone fell overboard in Noah's Ark, and that fits the weather as well. But Huff and Doback going very deep into turn 1. Is he going to be switched back by our Strev now? As Strev in the Aston Martin goes side by side with the Kick Sauber, who's losing the rear end there, as now around the Curva Grande. Strev leaving all of the room there, not taking any risk. And now Strev is ahead and up into P11, chasing after Juice for the last points paying position, as I think Searing Alpaca is probably going to be lining up a move on Droney anytime now.
Yeah, Huff and Dobat's getting close to Trev through the Lesmos as well.
But yeah, we've got Searing Alpaca and Juice both getting ahead of Droney, who unfortunately, yeah, also wet tyre runner. Who's the other one on the wets?
Boss wasn't it?
Boss Moss and Snowbody.
Yeah.
But Marius Anderson getting very close to Ratty as well. Myth sets the fastest lap, and he is now, I've only just noticed, he is properly closing in on Lawrence.
He's closed a second off, hasn't he? He was 2.2 last time. Last time I looked, anyway, because we've been looking at the guys down in the middle fighting.
Yeah, it's certainly looking interesting. Droney comes into the pits. Boss Moss fighting with Sid. Searing Alpaca defending from Juice as well. And you can already see it is starting to lighten up, isn't it? But, oh, it's so close there between Searing Alpaca and Juice. And Juice manages to get ahead up into P8. As that is, I think, just straight up understeer there through the Curva Grande for Alpaca. And is Trev going to go for a move? No, he's not. Oh, that's Huff and Doback going off there at the Della Roggia chicane. Coming back on the track. He's going to get a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, which I think is a little bit harsh.
Yeah,
oh,
he
contact.
Came back on safely.
Sorry, yeah, contact there between Searing Alpaca and Arstrev through Lesmo 1. And yeah, a lot happening in a very short period of time, as Zeno now going to go for the move on Huff and Doback into Ascari. Pulls out to the inside, tucks back in, just trying to find some sort of way through at the minute, but not managing to find it yet. Oh, here's the run now. Brilliant helicopter shot. And Zeno is up into P11. Sid also getting past Boss Moss. And here comes Myth.
Yeah, I've just noticed he was looking for the wet stuff. He went to the right-hand side of the track going down that straight. So I think tyre attempts are starting to come up.
Yeah, probably. It would not surprise me at all. Boss Moss is into the pit lane now. So is Nobody Cares. And I think Myth was just trying to sort of nurse the Inters into this race. Didn't want to burn them up too quickly. And now he's going for it. And you can see it is still raining quite a lot, especially when you go on board with the drivers.
I think where he's cooling them, it's giving him that extra grip.
Yeah. And obviously he is closing in on Lawrence Patton. The McLaren swapped as well down the Rettifilio. So now it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Oh, have we got a spinner? I think we do. I think Ashton has just had contact there with Jack. And Ashton, yeah, they've lost a lot of time to the cars ahead. About 3 seconds. They were in that train. Juice is now the conductor. And yeah, Myth getting ever closer, and Glitch is just getting brought into this more and more as time goes by. Yeah, oh, he's getting very close now. It's 5/10. Marius Anderson now sets the fastest lap. And we now have the top three all within a second of each other. So this could suddenly be much more of a fight than it looked off the start. Ricky, I've seen you clip that. That's horrible. Yeah, do you reckon Myth will be able to go for it then, Lanky?
He's definitely looking the stronger man for pace, and he's like edging his way closer. So I do think he's going to look to set himself up in the next lap or two.
Okay. It looked like, obviously he went to go get on the wet stuff, but then actually lost the rear. He did hit the grass on both sides of the track there. Oh, Lawrence has had a poor
he's
entry.
Sort of overcorrected.
Yeah, he's on the grass again. Is it faster? Have they bugged? Has the update caused a bug? It wouldn't surprise me. But look how close Glitched is getting as well. There is a chance we see a double move here on this lap. Both Red Bulls getting past Lawrence. As now, Myth in the tow. Glitched also in the tow. Are they going to make it 3 wide maybe into turn 1? I don't think they are. And Lawrence covers any sort of chance of overtaking there. And is up into... Oh, sorry, it's held on to P1. As now... I think they just have to bide their time until turn 1 straight once again. But Lawrence is quite poor through the middle sector, isn't he? He's losing a lot of time.
He is definitely struggling more than Myth for traction.
Yeah, definitely. It was what, like 3/10 that Myth just gained through second chicane. So,
Yeah, they're both going on to wet line now, so...
Yeah, and of course Marius Anderson is just getting closer and closer as well. Ratty, not as on the pace. He has been struggling a bit more this season, I think. Especially Spa, when it was raining, he didn't have a good one there, did he? So... I remember seeing the clip of him spinning. But... Here we go now. Onto the straight once more. I don't think Myth is close enough. There is a chance that the Red Bulls do swap here. As they head now down the main straight. And yep, Glitch 10 up into P2. Is gaining quite a bit on Lawrence, but it's not going to be enough to go for an overtake. And you can see the dry line forming now.
Yeah, much darker line.
Yeah, as long as it's not like Imola where when it rains the whole track just starts glowing. I don't know if you've ever seen that. But it is ridiculous. As Myth running a bit wide there. And maybe he's now struggling. Maybe, you know, trying to catch Lawrence. Cooked up his tyres a bit. But yeah, Glitched is definitely, you know, the fastest of these front three, and Marius is now in this battle as well. Yeah, oh, Lawrence, yes, just, you know, drastically needing to get onto the wet patch. And I don't think it's going to go dry anytime soon, though. It's still raining too much.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not raining enough to keep the tyres cold, like cool enough. Especially with how, you know, heavy on the tyres this track can be, especially through like the Parabolica, Ascari, the Les most Curva Grande. That is what most of the corners on the track that I've just said, to be fair. They do need this cooling. And Glitched gets close once more, but not close enough. He has actually gotten a decent exit though, and we could see a move into Della Roggia if he can just close in enough. And I think, no, he has just backed out, probably gone into Harvest to try and just save some battery up. Yeah, things definitely calmed down from what it seemed was going to happen.
Yeah, Trev is on the back of Alpaca. I'm just watching that at the moment.
So that's for P9. Boss sets fastest lap of the race. We're now heading into Ascari once more. Just the way the cars seem to like float through these corners. Weird. We are glitched in the slipstream. Lawrence has moved once, moved twice, moved back. Interesting, but he'll argue he was just getting wet on his tyres. But yeah, this is Glitch's best chance now. As 2/10 back, surely he's going to be able to go for the move. Or he's just going to sit behind. No, he's not. He's going to pull to the outside. And now, side by side, into turn 1 at Monza we go. Mercedes and Red Bull. We've seen this before. And there's contact between the two of them. And Lawrence just kind of hung Glitched out to dry there. And Glitched has now dropped to over half a second back. He's going to be under pressure from Myth and Marius Anderson. But I have a feeling Myth is probably going to let him get away with this. As, yeah, seemed like he got a bit of a squeeze, didn't he, from Lawrence?
Yeah, I think it was on the limit of hard racing, but definitely a squeeze.
There was always a car's width, is the crucial thing.
Yeah.
It's just the nature of the curve. But yeah, I think Strev is getting really close. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Strev down the inside into the Lesmos on the Haas. And oh, off goes Searing Alpaca into the gravel. And he comes back on in P11. Jesus Christ, that voice cracked. No. Oh no, I've just seen it in the chat. Oh, but here comes Glitch 10 once again. As is he going to be able to make the move stick this time around? 3/10 back. He's not as close as he was last lap. And now heading down the straight. I don't think he's close enough, to be fair, Lanky, but you know he could go for it.
But it's very close with these 4.
It did seem like Lawrence kind of, you know, quickly moved back to the outside just before Glitch, and that kind of threw Glitched off there. Because Glitch also moved and then stopped moving. But oh, is that Marius going off? Oh no, he's just going very wide. But yeah, any one of these 4 could win. Even Ratty probably still in this if he can get the strategy right. But
Yeah, I'm just noticing I'm not seeing many raindrops now.
no, it is definitely lightening up, and you can tell.
Yeah, it's not as heavy.
Yeah. We have got... Oh, that's Alpaca, who's had an issue. God, I've got hiccups now as well. This has not been a good day for commentary. But... yeah, Huff also still on the back of Strev, who is 4 seconds behind Tuesday. This like mid-pack from 5th down to 9th is really separated now. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing for 5th through 8th, but Strev obviously under a lot of pressure at the minute. Going to move back to the front of the field, where I don't think Glitch is close enough. Once again, he's sort of not really got close, like not gained as much as he did throughout last lap as he did on this lap. So yeah, now Glitch 10's gonna... Yeah. It is a bit of a struggle though, isn't it, to get past? Like, when there's no mistakes involved, oh my word, he got so close then. Such a good exit, but yeah, when drivers are so closely matched on pace, it's very difficult to make overtakes when there's no mistakes involved in this circuit. But
yeah, definitely. Like under these conditions, without that DRS help as well, like it is purely down to pace and people making mistakes if they do.
Yeah, Lauren's still just trying to cool down the tyres. And oh, we got a bit wide through there, and that has massively cost him there, as Glitched is going to keep on gaining down towards Alboreto. But I think Glitch just needs a good exit here, doesn't he? He's probably got him.
Yeah.
He didn't really get it.
Maybe at the Lesmos is where he has the better chance with the higher braking, slightly higher braking for that corner than the Parabolica. It's either going to be there or one of these chicanes, but he has to be close when it gets to braking, a lot closer than what he is now.
Yeah, of course, he had a good run through it last time, gained about half a second it seemed. But no, nothing like that happening this time. And unfortunately, it seems that kind of stuck now.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're being told it's going to dry up and they're trying to long out now.
I mean, we're
Because
over
if it was going
halfway
to stay
through.
wet, I would expect this to be the pit stop window, the halfway point.
I mean, these tyres can.
If they couldn't take them
away.
all the way. Well, they're fighting temperatures, aren't they? So that's going to increase the degradation. So if the conditions were to stay the way they are, they're definitely going to need another set, I think.
100%. And this is where somebody like Ratty could just pit now and gain heaps of time. Unless he gets stuck in traffic. That's the issue, really, isn't it? Traffic.
Yeah.
Because I think at the minute, if these guys pitted, they come out just behind Zeno. So.
Yeah, there's a nice gap between Juice, is that the Ferrari, and then the Aston Martin. Yeah.
It's just not enough. Oh, here comes Glitch now on the outside. And once again, Lawrence defending well. Doesn't give him any margin. I didn't see that move coming there. It seemed like he was too far back out of the parabolica. As Strev now comes into the pits and gets done for speeding. But yeah, it has stopped raining, Lanky. The rain has... Oh, no, it's not. That was just
No,
bad
it's
camera
still,
rain.
it's just very light, yeah.
Yeah.
Blends in with the trees.
Oh, no, it was the sky. It was the sky I had. What tyres?
Oh, was it?
Fresh inters for Strev.
Yeah, so that could say it's going to stay like this for the rest.
You would imagine so. But you never know, he might have just completely buggered his tyres.
Cooked them, yeah.
As I guess based on what the leaders do will indicate what the situation is. But like
They're constantly looking for the wet stuff.
It's way too wet for dries.
Yeah.
Like not even Ferrari would put the dries on now. As well, there Lawrence has set the fast lap. Myth is in. Right, this is where we see what the situation is. Inters. Steele gets 10 seconds. Dear Lord. And does he come out ahead of Huff and Doback? No, well, he will because Huff and Doback pitted. But, oh, he loses the rear and comes out nearly in front, like directly in front of Steering Alpaca. But he's going to go down the inside of the Alpine. Oh, this is close racing here. And Myth manages to get ahead. It looked borderline there, but I think in the end, just close, good racing. As Myth is now potentially going to get stuck behind Alpaca. Question is, do the rest of these guys bite the bullet and also pit? Or is it possible to stay out to the end? There is a chance that Jonesy tries to stick it out to get that 10-second penalty removed. Or to try and get it removed. Obviously, we don't fully know the context of it. But would you normally... Would the stewards normally remove one for that sort of thing? For an ignoring yellow flag penalty? Oh, yeah, they're all in.
If it's like, you know, he's had no, you know, it's been somebody that's gone off track, illegal overtake type thing, and it was clearly like there's nothing he could have done to avoid it, and it was just the game giving it to him still, then yeah.
Interesting. Now, this is going to be close between these guys. And Lawrence now accelerating. Myth is ahead of Glitch. Is he going to get ahead of Lawrence Patton as well? He's going to fire it round the outside. Lawrence defending the inside hard. They make contact in the midpoint of the corner. Lawrence has managed to get the better exit. And now they make battle through the Curva Grande. Myth tucking into the slipstream. He's going to have another shot at this into the Della Roggia chicane. He moves to the outside. Lawrence defending the inside. And into turn 4. It looks like the Mercedes man has gotten ahead. And off the track goes Myth. Contact there. And now Glitch 10 down the inside of Lawrence Patton. getting ahead as well of the Mercedes driver. Marius Anderson getting ahead of Myth in the midst of the chaos. And that is everything that Glitched needed and more. Yeah, Ricky, you see your message in chat. I know Surf Pens are removable. It's just, I'm thinking maybe Jonesy tries to stay out to get it. Oh dear, to get it removed.
Oh dear, that was a big one. That was a big one.
But yeah, Ratty staying out, Jonesy staying out, and honestly, this battle here could be Ratty's saving grace. I don't think Ratty is out of this. I think if Ratty was to go to the end, there is a genuine chance if these guys keep on fighting of at least a podium. But I think Lauren's probably going to try and get a run on Glitched. I mean, obviously, there's contact with Lawrence and Myth there. It does look like Myth just tried to go around the outside of an always closing door, but I guess we'll find out, won't we? Oh, you will. But
yeah, definitely. If anything comes of it, then...
Yeah, because at the end of the day, he's lost 2, in theory, 3 positions, hasn't he? The one he was contesting, and then on to Glitched and Marius. So yeah, my voice has given up. It's Jova, but yeah, Lawrence. I don't know if he's got the pace to launch another attack on Glitched though. Ratty's still staying out. Jonesy's staying out. I think I might be right. These two might be going to the end. They gained 2 seconds on that lap. With how many laps to go? 9? 14 seconds. It's going to be close. As Marius Anderson goes for the move on Lawrence Patton. Now down the inside into turn 1. And, oh, contact there. And Lawrence has had to take to the escape road. And now, oh, God.
Oh, dear.
And now Lawrence Patton drops down to P7. And I don't know if you were on board with either of them there, but that did look a bit like Marius might have just gone in a bit too hot.
I had the off-board view from looking in head-on into turn 1.
But it did look like it was just contact and Lawrence got sort of banged off, didn't it? Not banged off, pushed off. Jesus. But yeah, now terrible for Mercedes, isn't it? Because Red Bull are 3rd and 5th, chasing after a potential, what in theory 1-3. But yeah, Ratty still with a 6-second lead over PW Jones. Glitched Hand closed in on PW Jones to 5.5 seconds, so closed in by 2.5 on that lap to Ratty, which honestly I'm going to put the gap to leader on now. Myth going for the move on Marius Anderson. There's contact between the two of them there. Lawrence is retired from the session, which honestly I'm not that surprised by that. But Lawrence has retired, and there was contact down the straight between Myth and Marius there. And I think we're very lucky that they both didn't go spearing off into the barrier. But yeah, very sketchy there. And that has, to an extent, helped Ratty and Jonesy to try and secure a higher position in the end. As Searing Alpaca is now running P6, which is incredible. But PW Jones is gaining a lot on Ratty at the minute. Ratty seems to be really struggling with his tyres. Going to be 7 laps to go with a 10-second gap to Glitched Hen. And a 5-second gap to PW Jones. Yeah, this will certainly be an interesting end to this race. Do not go anywhere. And yeah, I think any of these top 5 can win this race. Do you think the same?
Yeah. I'd say so. Like, obviously PW's Penn. See what happens with that. But Glitched and that behind are on the better tires, so I wonder if they'll catch him by the end.
Yeah, I have a feeling they'll definitely catch PW Jones, but I don't know, maybe if Paul makes it a bit difficult for them, then they won't catch Ratty. I don't know. I mean, they're gaining about 2 seconds a lap at the minute, aren't they? So it'll certainly be fun. I think Tom Carter just joined by accident then.
Yeah, I think he wanted the other one.
Yeah. If you see Lanky in a VC with one other person, it's probably commentary. But yeah. Oh, gee, I think Ratty's tyres are done. PW has just gained 2 seconds on him on this lap, which is kind of unprecedented for Ratty to lose that much time on the same major tyres to someone else. But he can't, he has to commit. It's been another 2 seconds to Glitched as well. 6 laps to go, 6 seconds. So, I don't know. I think Myth could still win this, and Marius. But I think it definitely relies on an issue for Glitch Ken. I think it's that. I thought Droney was getting close to Zeno then, but the midfield is properly spread out, hasn't it? Apart from, we have got Juice and Jack going side by side. Yeah, turning the attention back to the midfield for the first time in a while here. But yeah, Juice getting ahead of Jack and up into P8. Seed is also relatively close to Droney. But I don't think close enough for anything at the minute. Boss Moss definitely still in with a chance at points. I would not rule him out yet. And Glitched 10 is right on the back of PW Jones. Like, right there. So, yeah, so much more traction for that Red Bull, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's no point in Jonesy
The
fighting
newer
this.
tyres doing their thing.
And now,
definitely no.
Yeah, 5 laps, 3 seconds. I would be very surprised if this doesn't happen within 2 laps.
Yeah, because Ratty is struggling still. He's dropping a lot of time.
Yeah, well, this will be Glitch's first win in a while. I don't think he even won a race last season in his title fight, did he? As Boss Moss has retired. And there it is, a double Mercedes DNF. Wow.
Wasn't expecting that after the qualifying.
Yeah. Well, they qualified, what, 1-6? And unprecedented outcome here. As Jonesy's trying to find some water for the tyres, and Ratty, yeah, he's been caught already on this lap. So, he definitely...
Yeah, PW Jones might even have him yet.
Yeah, he definitely needs to nurse those tyres, doesn't he? But oh, he actually stayed ahead before the Parabolica, which surprises me. But yeah, surely it's here, isn't it? As yeah, down the Retifilio, Glitch 10 drops back behind. Okay, interesting. Yes, this is for position, so I guess Ratty is going to fight it. As now side by side into turn 1, there is contact between the two of them here. Ratty on the inside. Is he able to hold on? So much less grip for the McLaren And can he hang on in the slipstream of Glitch 10 to try and launch a move into turn 4? I don't think he can. It's just not possible. And probably, I'm surprised we didn't see a move from Myth there, as Myth and Marius need to dispatch PW Jones, like, now, in order to get, you know, safely onto the podium. But yeah, here come Myth and Marius, and I think Glitched might have this one in the bag. 3 laps to go across the line.
Yeah, he needs to keep himself penalty free.
Oh! Jonesy moving to the left, same time as Myth, and side by side towards the Parabolica. And we have a virtual safety car. Why? Oh, it's Searing Alpaca. No! Alpaca was running in P6. And now, with a puncture. Oh, it's a rear left puncture for Searing Alpaca. And yeah, Ratty and Jonesy come into the pit. And Alpaca cannot turn to the right. Oh, this is unfortunate. The virtual safety car has come in. But oops. Yeah, Alpaca. Yeah, you can see the state of that car. That's not looking great, is it? So yeah, unfortunate there for Haas, who are going to go from a double top 10 start to no points. And yeah, round goes to Haas again. And yeah, I would not blame him at all if he retired in the pit lane. But now comes Glitched versus Myth versus Marius, and I think it is more Myth versus Marius here, isn't it? If Red Bull secured a 1-2 here, with McLaren having a 3-6 and Mercedes having a double DNF, that would be, you know, what, like a 70-point gap in the constructors? So yeah, would certainly be interesting. With 2 laps to go now, can Marius Anderson potentially make a move on Myth for the lead of this, for second place in this Grand Prix? And does Glitched maybe, I doubt he won't cede the win to Myth, will he? Because Myth is still ahead of his championship rival. But here now, round the outside, goes Marius Anderson on Myth. Side by side through the chicane. Not the first time we've seen contact here this race. And Myth manages to hold on and stays ahead of the McLaren, at least for now. And Ratty getting ahead of Juice on the entry, on the exit of the Curva Grande. Yeah, Myth has to put up the defence of a lifetime here in order to take this victory. No, not this victory. This 1-2. You can tell I've had like no sleep the last few days. But yeah, heading now onto the last lap of this race. Glitched, going to be giving Myth a slipstream here, and looks like we could be on for a Red Bull 1-2 in Monza. But Marius Anderson is not going to let it go lightly, is he? As he's going to set up the exit through the rest of the video. He had such a good run there through the chicane, but it's just not enough. And yeah, unfortunately, on the traction just lost out there. PW Jones in P11 as well. After his pit stop, of course, he had to serve that penalty. I think he is going to get ahead of Zeno down the straight though, and up into P10. So yeah, there is that consolation. Yeah, it is looking like Red Bull have just been unbeatable today. Because unfortunately lost both Mercedes, their championship rivals in this race. Marius Anderson unable to make the move as well. We got a yellow flag in the middle sector. But coming around the final corner, and to win for the first time this season, it's Glitch 10 who takes victory. Myth in P2. Marius Anderson, I think, just spun out the final corner and gets P3. Ratty takes P4 because Dr. Steele has picked up a puncture, taking the tyres to the end. Or he's run out of fuel. Something's happened. I think he's out of fuel because he's ghosted. But unfortunate there for Dr. Steele. Rev comes across the line, takes P6 in the end. In fact, it's Huff and Dobak who takes P6. Rev P7. Steele in P8. Got the Alpines taking... Oh, Jonesy ends up P7. Okay, the penalties are really shaking up the screen. Dr. Steele's only going to be P11. Was it fuel? I think it was fuel.
Yeah, it looked like it.
That's so unfortunate for Steele. Droney takes P12. Sid takes P13 for his first finish of the season. He has also run out of fuel. And then Nobody Cares will take P14. Ashton Fields will... Sorry. Ashton Fields will take P15. Also out of fuel. So everybody seems to run out of fuel there. So I have to run off. So unfortunately, I'm not able to do interviews today. I do have to run off now. I was supposed to have run off about 20 minutes.
That's all good.
Yeah. Apparently my dinner's been sat in the oven for like an hour. But so I need to go because I won't be able to go downstairs in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
that's all right.
Yeah, but we'll podium celebrations. Red Bull 1-2. Myth extends its championship lead to 33 points. Glitch takes his first win in a long time. Here's your accolades of the day. And your final order was Glitch 10, Myth, Marius Anderson, Ratty, Juice, Huff and Dobak, PW Jones, Zeno, Arstrev, Jack, Dr. Steele, Droney, Sid, Nobody Cares, and then Ashton, Searing Alpaca, Boss Moss, and Lawrence Patton. But yes, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you, Lanky, for... Hang on, my brain's just gone.
Co-commentating.
There we go, yeah.
Yep.
Joining me. Got there. And yeah, I shall see you next week for... Is it Austria?
I don't know. I haven't looked at
We
next
should
week's
know
race.
this. We're admin. Interlagos.
I haven't looked.
Interlagos. Between the
Brazil.
lakes. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll put it on the ending screen for like, what, how long do they normally do? I've never understood ending screens.
Just put it up as you close it down.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching. See you next week.